Hello and welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh here. This video is about transitions. We're transitioning the goats and the sheep onto pasture. We're transitioning the ewes and lambs from their individual pens to a group pen, and from the group pen down to the run-in shed with the rest of the sheep. The puppies are transitioning from the sheep to the goats, and then also from being in the paddock to going out to pasture with the sheep. And we decided to sell a couple of ewes, cull ewes, and the nanny that was sterile. And there's an update on Lillie. Some things have happened there, but we're remaining positive, so we'll fill you in. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please do. Hit the like button, that helps our channel. Ring the notification bell for any new videos as they come out. And if you would, please leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. So once again, thanks for joining us at Norwal Farm. It is moving day. We're going to move all of these down to the shed. And then also, we're moving the bottle babies down. We're going to put them in with the goats and continue to feed them their bottles down there. So they'll go down and be with the rest of the goats. Well, the kids made the move all okay. They're in here in the creep. That's where I fed them their bottles. One of them's still out there playing. He's there at the end of the hay feeder by the black one. Running around playing. So they're having to learn the rules of the goat society here. The big ones are kind of going after them a bit just to fend them off because they don't recognize them. But they're finding this creep area, which this will be a safe haven for them. And I'll feed them the bottles in here so they'll know to come in here to eat their bottles. But they're grazing, eating their hay well. And been running around playing a lot, so the exercise will do them good. Got the lambs and ewes all loaded, so we'll make our way down to the shed. Just unloaded, and they're sorting everything out. The pups are checking them out. We're going to open this gate and let them all together now. I think the moms have pretty well found their babies. Still a bit of confusion, but they're sorting it out. So, paddock's getting kind of full with lambs and ewes now, which is nice to see. Probably another week, 2 weeks, until we can start out on pasture. We want the pasture 8 to 10 inches tall. And then you graze half and leave half, so graze it down to about 4 to 5 inches. 2 reasons: that stimulates grass growth. If you go below 4 inches, then that retards the grass growth. And for intestinal parasite purposes, especially the barber pole worm, that larva migrates up the first 3 inches of the grass blade but doesn't go any higher. So you want to stay above 4 inches, and that greatly reduces the worm load on the sheep. So hopefully in the next, by the end of the month, I hope to be able to get them out on some pasture. Arrived this morning on Saturday, April the 20th, and this ewe and that ewe had both lambed before we got here, and they were both claiming the same lamb. So actually, this ewe claimed this lamb stronger than that ewe did. So we elected to give it to her. I think this lamb belongs to the other ewe because it's a bigger lamb, and you see the red spot on the neck there. Well, this little lamb over here has brown or red markings on its feet and around its head, so I'm pretty sure this is her lamb, but she's not claiming it. And like I said, she wasn't real strong on either one, so we got her in a stanchion, and hopefully we'll get this bonded so that it takes hold. I hope we have better luck than we did with Freckles. Anyway, that's what we found this morning. So we're just down to this one to go. I think it's going to be a while on her. I don't know. She doesn't have a really large udder. It's starting. I don't know if you can see it or not. But probably another week or so. I don't know. We'll see. But we're down to the last ewe. So glad to be getting this wrapped up. Just hopefully she will claim that lamb. We'll keep her in the stanchion. 3 or 4 days, and then see how it goes. These 2 lambs are doing well. They were both nursing on her when we got here, so the fostering has gone well. It's just the main thing on her own lamb, he has a little issue with his tongue too, so he doesn't quite latch on. It comes out the side of his mouth, but I think he gets on it okay, and he looks to be satisfied. He does take a bottle from us, so we'll probably continue to supplement him 2 or 3 times a day with a bit of a bottle. But she's being a good mom. Let the ewes and lambs out on some grass for the first time. It's tall enough. We won't leave them out here a long time. But we've also encouraged the puppies to come out here. It's the first time they've been out in pasture with the sheep. So that's part of their training as well. First time they've actually ventured out of the paddock on their own, other than the times we took them out individually. So this is good. They learn to go out with the flock and stay with the flock, and that's part of their training. They'll also get some exposure to the electric fence too. So we'll see how they do. There's a couple of them, Callum and a couple of the others just didn't want to come out yet. So they're taking their time. But it's working pretty good so far. Good Sunday afternoon. It's Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel here at Norwal Farm. We had to do some reconfiguring on the goats and the puppies and the crate pen. 2 days ago, 3 puppies had one of the week-old lambs. One of them had it by the tail, one had it by I think a back leg or front leg, and the other had it by the nap of its neck, and we're pulling on it. So it's like, okay, this age puppy and this age sheep do not go together. So we've got Lillie out here with them because she's good with them. We put them over with the goats, which the goats really got after them, but we decided that the mama does and the kids would back them off. So the puppies are actually respecting the kids. They're kind of afraid of them, but they'll do okay. You can see this one kind of barking. We put Dilly in with the puppies, and he's going to teach them some manners because Lillie was their mom, so they have to. You can see that's Olive over there at the corner. She's sold to our contractor from our house. He's going to take her, but he'll be good with them and teach them manners. And he's good with the goats, so the goats won't bother them. And then we've got Garrett still out with the rams, and Joel and Heidi. And tomorrow we're going to move R3. We're going to move Callum and Champagne and Charm, R3, out with Garrett. And they will be out with him. And then the other 6 puppies will be in here with Dylan and the goats. And we've actually started a little bit of pasture exposure too. So they're learning about electric fence. But it worked pretty well today. Lily's happy to be in here with her sheep, and she's just going to be by herself with the sheep. So everybody's content. They were out grazing this afternoon, and they all have full bellies and taking a nap. So that's it for today. Did a lot, like I said, a lot of changing around. We moved the creep here. We gave the puppies a pen so they can get away from the goats, and the feeding stations in here. And that's our 4 bottle baby kids over there. They've decided they like to stay in with the puppies, so maybe they'll be good ambassadors from the goat world to the puppies so that they can get used to the goats. So thanks for joining us at Norwal Farm. This ewe has 4 nipples, and I'd actually put an elastrator band on the 2 extras, but in doing that, she actually has 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. And the bands, really, the nipples are fine. It didn't damage them at all. So I took the bands off today, and this lamb can actually nurse out of all 4 quarters. So effectively, I think I was cutting off half of the milk supply. So she's nursing both front and back nipples on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and let her keep the 4 nipples, and because she's got quite a bit of udder development on those front quarters. So the lamb seems to be nursing well, and getting more milk. It was a little, see there she's on the front nipple now. I just took the band off, so it's probably a little bit sore, but I think that'll work out. We're going to leave her in the stanchion another probably day or two, but the lamb is doing well. It's been about 8 days now since she's had her lamb, and he's actually following her around. He had some joint ills, so we gave him, today will be the 5th day of antibiotics, but he's actually running and jumping, so that's an improvement. We're still going to keep her in here for a while just to make sure he can follow and do everything, but he's nursing pretty well. So Roger's here to help me today. Good morning. Lillie goes in for her surgery today, so we got to catch her, and we're going to sedate her before we go because she's not social. But this is the last group of lambs. There's one over there. We're going to let the ewe out of her stanchion. You can see her right there, her head right there. And then this is the only ewe left to lamb. I think she'll probably go in another week or so. She's not real close. So anyway, we're going to get started and get some feeding done. Took her out of the stanchion, and she's not claiming it, but maybe we'll keep her tied with a halter. I've got it zip tied so it won't slip. Lamb is still nursing well, so we're not going to give up yet. We'll just keep her tied for several days, and she has milk for the lamb. So hopefully we can get it grafted on. I don't know. As we watch the sheep peacefully graze this evening, it's been one of those days. Not such a positive day. You have those once in a while. We let the ewe out of the stanchion. She refused the lamb, so we've got her on a halter right now. We're going to let the lamb nurse, but we're supplementing it with a bottle. We've got a ewe that's left a lamb. I might try a wet adoption, but kind of doubtful, so that ewe will probably go to market. We took Lillie to be spayed today. My fault, the sedative didn't, I shouldn't have taken her because the sedative didn't put her totally out. She was awake, she was calmer, but she doesn't like to be handled. So we got to the hospital, they brought the gurney out, got her on that. She struggled, got away, and took off. And there's no way we can catch her. So Lillie got away today. It's about, I don't know, 10-15 miles from here. Hopefully she finds her way back, I don't know, but nobody can catch her. She's afraid of everybody, so that's a sad ending to this day. We'll keep you posted if she shows up, but I have my doubts that she will. So all in all, it's kind of a tough day, but it's ending up peacefully, and we're about to put the sheep in. Garrett's out here with the sheep now since Lillie is gone. And we put Charm and Champagne and the short-haired male pup over with him to learn from him. The rest of them are in with Dylan and the goats. The little male pup was really afraid of the goats, so he was really frightened. So we put him over here, and hopefully this will work out. We got enough grass now. I think we can start shifting them. We still put them in dry lot at night. The lambs and the kids are still learning about the electric fence, and the puppies haven't started coming out with them yet. So we gotta get the puppies to start coming out with Garrett and Dylan, and they have to learn about the electric fence as well. So anyway, that's the end of the day today. Hope you have a good day. Good Wednesday afternoon. It's April 24th, and the rejected lamb, we called the people who are going to buy the other Dorper ewe lambs from us this summer. So they picked her up, and they're going to raise her as a bottle baby because they're getting 3 Katahdin bottle lambs as well, so they'll have the 4 of them to raise. So that way she'll be with a group of lambs. So we took all the gates down here. We just have the number 55 ewe right here. She's the only one left to lamb, and I think she's probably at least a week off. Once we get done with the colder weather, these will all go down to the shed, and we'll keep number 19 up here with this ewe just to keep her for company. That's the one that rejected the last lamb. So, and here's our lamb that couldn't stand and walk, and he's doing good. He's nursing, gaining weight. He's kind of starting to run around and play with the other lambs a little bit. So he did have some joint heal. We put him on 5 days worth of antibiotics, and that helped him out a lot. So, but he's getting a lot of exercise, which is good. This bigger area, the lambs can run and play more, and it's also a way that they have to seek out their mom, kind of keep track of where their mom is for when they get with the bigger group. So that's the lamb there that's fostered onto this one, and she's doing really well. So that all worked out well. She's a real good mom, and both the lambs are doing well. So like I say, he doesn't have real straight legs, but he jumps around, plays a little bit, and he's getting around really well. So he'll probably go down to, I said we'd probably keep him in the barn a while, but I don't know. He's getting around pretty good. I think he'd be better off to go down to the barn and run around with the rest of the lambs. See there, he's going up and he's nursing again. So he knows to seek out his mom, and she stands and lets him nurse, and he's doing excellent. So that's the update here. So we're almost done lambing. We've been letting the ewes and the goats out on some pasture. You can see down there, that's the sheep over here, and the goats are over here. I've got to expand their area. They've been on both those areas for 2 days now, and we don't want to leave them longer than 2 days. So we'll expand the goats on up this way, and we'll let the sheep go on down that way. So it's all working out pretty well. The goats were in this paddock here, and you can see where the lane goes up there. So I just shifted the fence over there up here, went straight up, and then I took this one, made it on the corner there, taking it around, giving them this small paddock here. This will last them probably 2 days, and then we'll just gradually go on up that way. We're at the livestock auction in Lomira, Wisconsin, and we brought 2 ewes and a nanny up to sell. 2 cull ewes, the one that had no milk, and then the last one that rejected her lamb. We decided to sell her. Then the nanny that we brought is the one that is sterile. She didn't cycle, so we're going to see how they do today. Just arrived back home from the auction, and our last ewe doodle lamb had a nice big ram lamb. So we're finished with our first lambing season. We took the 4 Dorper ewes and their lambs down. So we've just got this ewe, we call her Sunshine. That's her adopted lamb, and then that's the lamb she had. He's actually doing pretty good. And then this is the number 55 ewe, just had her lamb today. So we're leaving Sunshine up here for company, and about 2-3 days, then we'll take these 2 and their lambs down. Just long enough for the youngest lamb to learn who his mom is and how to follow her and how to find her. And once we do that, then we're going to clean all this out. You can see the thickness of the manure pack here. It's a good 18 inches to 2 feet. So we'll get that cleaned up when they're gone. Our latest update on Lillie, it's Saturday evening. Tuesday was when we took her in for surgery, and she escaped, and she stayed in the Cedar Grove area, which is a small community, a small town, and there have been a number of sightings. We have listed her on the Humane Society website, and that we lost her, and people have actually contacted them that they've seen her. So we went out there today, and there's an area, it's a fairly remote area, a gravel road going back with several houses along it on the edge of town. And she's been frequenting this one house. So our plan is to, we took a self-feeder out there with dog food because she's been frequenting this house a lot. And so hopefully she'll find the feeder and start feeding there and kind of hang around there. And then once we're confident that she's hanging around there, then we'll get a live trap, because she's used to going into a feeding station to eat. And we'll just start putting the food in the live trap, wire the trap open so it doesn't spring. And then once we're sure that she's going in there and eating the food, then we'll set the trap and just live trap her. Because she won't come to us. She wasn't socialized as a puppy to people. She was to the point where she was starting to eat some biscuits from our hand, but then she had the puppies and everything just went backwards. So there's no way to call her in. There's no way to catch her. So it's either live trap her. If you can see her, you could possibly, shoot her with a tranquilizer gun. But we think this will work the best. She's been in the area all week since she escaped, and people have sighted her a number of times. And she hangs around this person's house, and there's a bike trail nearby. So she's kind of hanging around that area. So we're hopeful, and we'll keep you updated, and hopefully we get her back.